me, baby.
My heart is beating, beating.
Give it to me, baby.
My heart is beating, beating.
Give it to me, baby.
My heart is beating, beating.
Why is some diamond happen? You know, people say, yo, why is some getting indicted? Yo, this is an attack on hip hop. Yo, they're using lyrics to get dudes locked up. Once again, passing the buck. Not addressing the real problems. I seen Atlantic tweeted out. I see 300 Entertainment tweeted out. So many people want to say, stop using lyrics. By the way, I agree. I don't think that, subjective, interpretive lyrics should be used in a case that's necessarily going to be about all facts. But did they get charged for lyrics? No. They got charged for actual murders, actual attempted murders, dealing a lot of drugs and a lot of weapons. That's the main part of this case. But of course, everybody passes the buck. Because the way you can get everybody to agree with you and ignore the real problem is to blame the scapegoat. Nah, they're just coming at hip hop. Both things could be true. You're gonna hear me say that a lot. Both things could be true. Actually, that's the name of the title of this episode, matter of fact. Both things could be true. Yo, we're a record label, not a gang. Both things could be true. You can be a record label and a gang.
Please.
They're charging us just for lyrics. No, they're not. You're charging for actual things. It's all about passing the buck. Accountability is something that I realize the smartest and the richest always avoid. Accountability is a sucker's game. Accountability, the ones who want to fall on the sword, are the suckers in life. The most successful avoid taking accountability at all costs. They go through life maneuvering. They never take an ounce of fucking accountability. They pass it on to somebody else. It's never their fault. And we're seeing this happen as we speak. Okay. There's a few things I did want to talk about. If you guys don't know, I wasn't feeling too well the last couple of days. Nothing major, you know. My temperature's a little bit off. You know, I got a dog. I named him Pluto. A pet. It's like having a kid. You know, I thought, you know, there's fun times with him, but he's a little kid. He bites everything. Every time he's out of the cage, he runs everywhere. He's a Rottweiler, if you don't know. I caught him shitting on my carpet. I was mad. Trying to teach him. He's teething right now, so he bites everything. He's biting up one of my expensive rugs. He's hyperactive. And literally, I thought about the life of an animal. It's so fun. Wake up. They start. You feed them. Or till you let them out to shit and piss. They shit and piss. You know, I got a big yard. They shit and piss everywhere. After they shit and piss, they want to eat. After they eat, they want to shit and piss again. Then they want to go to sleep. They want to wake up. They want to play. They want to eat again. And they want to go eat. They want to take a piss of shit. And they want to repeat the cycle over and over and over and over again. Life of an animal seems dope. My dog seems spoiled already. I knew I was gonna have a booty dog, but goddamn. Nigga don't even like a leash. I'm trying to walk the dog. He look like he trying to walk me. Let's go over here. Fuck you, nigga. I'm going over here. What? Nigga. Go there. Fuck you. And the person who helped me take care of the dog spawned the dog already. Everything gotta be super microwave. All this gourmet meat. I'm like, what? In Jamaica. You know what my dogs in Jamaica used to eat? Leftovers. What we didn't eat. Bones. Here's the scraps of rice, nigga. My dogs in Jamaica, they were self-sufficient. They were survivors. They only really came around when you scraped the plate. You know what they do? That was dinner time. You don't get there before the other dog get there. You ain't gonna get no fucking food. You don't got no individual bowls. This dog is 4 meals a day. His water thing is always full. He got toys on toys. He got 5 different beds. He runs around the whole place. He's like, I'm still trying to figure out if dog is too much for me. It's only 9 weeks old. Anyway, I was feeling a little ill, and I thought I caught the sickness from him. Because he also has a bad habit. Every time he goes outside, he eats anything, and he throws it up. Like, he's eating the mulch. Like, you know what I mean? He's eating mulch. He fucking realizes it's not food. Later throws it up. Then he gets real food, and he shits everything out. Like, it's just weird. So anyway, I thought I got sick from the dog. I don't even know if that's possible. If he catch cold from me, I don't know. But he was throwing up for a little bit too. Anyway, I'm definitely good now. You know, might be sniffing. Straight. And I am back. Okay. Now I do want to say, salute to my guy Charlemagne first and foremost. Okay, let me clap it up for Charlemagne. I'll tell you why. I am applauding Charlemagne. Okay, applauding Charlemagne. I gotta tell you, man, life is about purpose, having goals, and not to bring up some personal conversations I had. I feel like, you know, he's been someone who is, you know, he's oriented me on focus, my path, and, you know, put you in perspective, and also, kind of been like the GPS a little bit. Be like, yo, get up that road. You're gonna have a crooked road. You're gonna have a crooked turn to the left, and there's a hill down there. Make sure you slow it down because if you go too fast, you might fall off the hill. Okay, try to make sure you're good. Proven this a million times. Hopefully, me giving you the advice of experience will help. I appreciate it. You know, because there's a very popular saying. You know, wise man, no, a fool makes the same mistake twice. Smart man learns from his own mistakes, and wise man learns from the mistakes of others. So I try to, look at people who have done the same things I've done, or the same things. And if in any way I can learn from them, especially if they're as, ready to share that knowledge. Like, for example, people like Charlemagne and Elliot Wilson, they've been, hey, let me give you your props when necessary, but also let me give you, like, Elliot's hit me sometimes, be like, yo, act. It's cool out, man. He was making sure I was inspiring at times. So, a lot of rappers always say that, yo, we don't got OGs. Didn't Thug say that? He was like, yo, like, Ho should have taught us how to make $1 billion. People want to repeat. I think even Waka said that, like, every time you hear about the older rappers run into label problems and contract issues, but they never pass the knowledge forward to the new people who are signing contracts. So the cycle continues. Everybody's going to the same road bump. Everybody's falling in the same pothole. Fortunately for me, a few people, it's always a few. I feel like, it's Michael. He's going on this path and he's a legend. And he sees in a roundabout way the path I should be going on in this same. Yeah, should be this conversation. So he hit me and he said, he says, you should act, let's see a vision, bro. And it was a list. It's a list that I've seen it before too. I'm really up on these things. So it came out on my birthday. Actually, when I looked at it, I was like, what did I realize? I was like, no, you're not. The days of me thinking I was getting snubbed a lot of things. I already discounted this shit. These days, from new school or new media, I feel like a lot of people. I went to Toronto one time. I did my podcast. I was like, oh, we saw we do this commentary because of you. It was very new and refreshing, but also like, I was like, damn. There was a time that I was thinking I was doing this, and I thought I was just like a one of one, and I was just gonna impact this industry on a key major. But when I realized my impact has turned out to be kind of opening the doors and kind of like helping people realize there's other ways to fucking other ways to solve this Rubik's Cube. And that's been dope. Because more and more I'm getting people like, whether it's actors, whether it's other streamers, YouTubers, Instagram pages, they're like, we follow the blueprint you set. As they go about trying to make their own path and their own legacy, they show me respect. And I'm very grateful for it. But also, it's all about forging a legacy. You can never be content. And for me, one of the early conversations I had with Sean was just like, I think we were just talking about drives us. And I told him, it's like, it's kind of like 50 and what's his ambition? I just, you know what he said? I need you to hate. I love when somebody don't like me. Almost to the point I'm always looking for somebody to not like me. I like when somebody doubts me. I remember talking to him after I was snubbed off, like a BET list. And I was like, thank you for acknowledging that on the Breakfast Club. But you know what this told me? That it slapped me back into focus. If I was asleep at the driver's wheel, it slapped like you've been driving and like you kind of feel a little sleepy, and then you hit like a speed bump or something, or you're like, oh shit, and now you just got mad adrenaline, you're ready to go again. Don't be back in the full focus. And I thank you for sending this to me. It's all right. You said, please, give me a challenge. It's a challenge that I love. It's a challenge that I kind of was thinking.
It's no good. We have
It's the
to find a
35
better
most
position.
powerful people in the world.
We've got an intruder.
And I remember seeing this, and I was like, man, show, whatever, look at this. It's like this guy right here. He's Morning Media. I see a whole bunch of like CBS Mornings. Here's Charlemagne, salute to the legend. I don't know if I give him his flowers, but man, I'm telling you, he's a one-on-one in the sense of I don't see media moguls. I see other great media personalities. But the only contemporary black cultural media mogul I see at this point, not saying there won't be more, but at this point, from the lens I look, he's the guy. When I look at this list, and I'm like, look at these people. Anna Wintour. They do the Met Gala. Right? Stephen Colbert. Like, just look at some of these names. This is chairman of NBC Universal, the president of the NBC News, the president of MSNBC, Don Lemon, Anderson Cooper. To be in this goddamn esteemed category or be on a list with these people. Look, New York Times, and I know people are like, oh, we read the newspaper. Still huge deal. When Charlemagne say, this is what your goal, you gotta be on this list. This, you gotta set this, put this on your vision board. First thing I said to him was, how the hell do I do
That shit crazy.
that? A very fair question. For those who usually don't ever think about planning, never think about striving and trying to figure it out, the first thing that usually comes to mind for them is Illuminati. You always know when a nigga definitely don't plan on getting too far because they're so complacent. They already chalk it up as some shit that is like, it's not of this earth. Oh, that's Illuminati. That's devil worship. It's only soul. That's not the truth. This is hard work. It's consistency, persistence. I looked at this.
We're the
And another thing why his message to me was so important, because it established that sometimes you get lost in the shuffle. Right now, you don't be like, one of the voices hip-hop now. And I was like, one of the de facto voices. That comes also. Because in life, you also got to realize about demographics. All these people that you might be thinking like, why are you doing that? Demographics they reach, it's just broad and wide. And as much as I love hip hop, and I want to always be very much a cultural figure who affects the markets, 18 to 34, especially my niggas, I do have to be cognizant. And the reason why a lot of these people and a lot of these folks on this list is because they're definitely multifaceted. They only talk about hip hop. They ain't talking about first week sales every day. They're talking about things affecting the world. They're talking about things with purpose and things that make change. They're talking about politics. They're talking about things that actually are bigger than that. Sports. You look at some of the biggest podcasts, you're gonna realize. And, I was having this conversation on Joe Budden's podcast. He said, he's one of the top podcasts.
Jesus Christ, he just hit a cop.
Top podcasts, just like I believe I am as well. Within hip hop. But have you looked outside the demographics of what we appeal to? I don't know if you got what I was trying to tell you, but I was trying to tell him like a podcast like Impulsive, hosted by Logan Paul and his guys. It's bigger than Off the Record. It's bigger. than the Joe Budden podcast. It's bigger than anything in hip hop. What is their audience? Not the same audience that we have. Their audience is probably a lot of non-cultural
Squad, there's something wrong with our controls.
guys. Probably don't even probably love hip hop. You gotta think about it. When you listen to a hip hop podcast, you know, like there's a lot of people who love sports but don't watch the big shows. They just watch the games. There's a lot of people who listen to, because you might be like, well, hip hop's the biggest show. There's a lot of people who listen to Drake. But not everybody that listens to Drake wants to get people to games. That's the purpose of it. When you look at that, it's listen to like Daddy, Joe Rogan. These are platforms that their audience. I look at Joe Rogan, his audience is as stereotypically white American as you could get. They love football, they love their fighting, they love their guns, they are patriotic. That's his audience. They call her Daddy. Young Caucasian, non-ethnic. I'm talking about the majority. I'm not saying they don't have like black. Young Caucasian or non-ethnic white chicks who are getting sexually liberated, who want to be able to express themselves in certain type of ways, and also horny motherfucking young dudes who want to hear women talk a certain type of way. Right? It's love is in this shit. So when I look at that, it gives me purpose. It gives me a challenge. It gives me a cause to strive for. Like, hey, you should improve on everything you're doing. You should be able to be a little bit more multifaceted. You should be more well-rounded. You should not only just talk about Playboy Cardi's and blues. You should be able to have a range when you talk about politics. What's going on with Elon Musk on Twitter? What's happening overseas? What's happening in boxing with Javante Davis and Rory Romero? You gotta be able to talk about a lot of different things. What's happening? A new thing and this is why I think Joe Rogan is so great. That's what talk about. Well, this is this new scientific thing that just happened. NASA did this and shows, and that's why I think Angel shows really dope. I remember saying to him, I said, damn, you have a little bit of knowledge about everything. He said, man, I put it, like, I make a concerted effort trying to do that. So I say all that, we say that this list, is inspired me. And Charmaine, thank you for that. And to all my other media counterparts, thank you for the ones who have been supportive of me. Okay? I did want to roll into reacting to a particular video really quick. It's going to be Academics Reacts. Before I get to my burnt out segment, I got a burnt out segment that you gotta wait for. Okay? So we get song of the day. I'm going to get some nice graphics for it. Don't you worry. It's all coming out. The song of the day, that's T-Dot, Bando, and D-Thing. It's called Talk Facts. And I'm going to give you guys Burnt Out. Okay? Now, here's the thing. What complements what I was saying is this. I'm going to play this clip. This is many of what you guys
Oh, shit.
I don't want to hear that you better than the nigga. Don't tell me that. Tell me you work harder than somebody. Tell me you more focused than a motherfucker. Tell me you got a better game plan than a motherfucker. I don't want to hear you better than nobody. Because talent don't matter in this shit.
All units, this is squad.
I agree with you and I disagree as well. Because I do think talent matters. I've always said talent or God gifts to men and women are is basically the paved road towards success. What am I talking about? For example, if you want to be a singer, or let's just say you want to be an artist. And I without saying names, I want to see if you're an artist, There's a few intangibles that will be able to help.
We've got a patrol
A
SUV
beautiful
in
voice.
pursuit of
Scott
suspect.
Given.
We have our suspect. Send backup to our location. Over.
Right? Beautiful
I'm in
voice.
trouble here.
Or you're an attractive person. This is entertainment that you open and honest. You're attractive. You know, a lot of female singers who can't sing a lick or who ain't, like, you don't know what they really do, but they are bad, and for whatever reason, they always end up on songs with somebody else who really got it. Right? The look is like that.
Suspect is still in the
That's
vicinity. Let's
a
find him.
gift from God. Beauty. Or beauty in standards of everybody who's watching. Right? And then you see somebody else, right, who is like, you know, maybe say unattractive. That person, like, you know, you've got to be. For whatever reason, I've realized it's the people usually that have the most talent become the laziest.
We got the suspect. We're gonna box him in now.
They either just only rely on the talent, or they don't even use the talent to their full potential.
Be advised, a
It's
patrol
usually
SUV has
the
been sent
people
to the
who
suspect's
have
location.
nothing that work the hardest because they have nothing. I've always said hard work beats talent, and talent don't work hard. Just think about it.
See if we can block him.
You can even think about women. Every bad chick I know have no personality. They have nothing else other than the fact that they're bad. You know what? As soon as they woke up and they realized, oh, God made me beautiful, that was it.
Units grab a visual. He's ducked out of sight.
You ever see an ugly chick? Tell me one attractive comedian, female comedian. None. When a girl is pretty, she's dull. She's usually dull of personality. She just shuts up. Same thing with some of these dudes. You ever hear some of these rappers say, yo,
Target your location.
because I look good is holding me back? No, it's not, nigga. You're just fucking lazy. You just think that because you got some girls wanting to fuck you, they don't want to listen to your music, they want to fuck you.
Inside. Rock out.
You think that they should want to listen to your music. No, you should be working 50 times as hard to get those people to listen to your music.
Squad, we're back on his trail. Over.
When I came in the game, I said, damn, you 5'9", you a little bit fat, you ugly as a motherfucker. You don't got none of these talents. Sometimes you talk with a little stutter. You don't have none of the talents that these motherfuckers got. So you know what I did? I said, well, let me outwork every motherfucking one of them. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I've worked. Those are some of my first and earlier commentaries. I was good at one-liners, clever one-liners, but like in fluid conversation, I was ass. I had to work at it continuously, over and over. Fuck 10,000 hours. Let's do 100,000 hours. You think the motherfucker with a talent doing 100,000 hours? That nigga do 2,000 and said, I'm ready for the big leagues. Some of these motherfuckers who are talented just lazy. Hate a lazy motherfucker. I like watching Shark Tank. And I always think, you know what? Let's see if I was supposed to invest in these motherfuckers. Who would I invest in? I like watching what the sharks say themselves. I don't know, Shark Tank is like a show, it comes on TV and like, basically people come with their ideas and pitch it, and then these sharks are the billionaires who could, you know, fund these ideas. But I don't agree with this one person. They say they invest in the person more than they do in the idea, because the idea could be great, but if you have a lazy motherfucker or a person who don't know how to get that work ethic, that fucking persistence to execute, it means nothing.
He's coming straight for us. Making it
So I get what Benny's saying.
out of sight.
But trust me, if I could have been motherfucker, well, I was gonna say, I could have been 6'5", 6'5", 170. I was gonna be like, nigga, I'd be on a long time ago. I fuck that, nigga. I'd be the basketball league. Fuck that. Fuck all of that, nigga. I don't be doing no commentary, nigga. I be dunking on niggas, man. I be Jason Tatum. Fuck y'all niggas, man. Oh, boy. Anyway, I agree with that, okay?
Suspect couldn't have gotten far. Let's flush him out.
I want to play this real quick. And by the way, salute to the podcast I'm going to play from. It's Wallow and Gilly's podcast. It's called $1 Million Worth of Game. They had Mano on recently. And Jim Jones, he dropped the project. They did an interview. They were talking about aging in hip hop and how, like, you know, hip hop is young. Just listen to this real quick and I'll talk.
Squad, need air support right now.
Officer needs help. EMS ASAP. Found the suspect.
Let me just stop. Holler right there. The reason why they're performing songs from 73 is because them songs were fucking mega hits in 73. It's not really about, you know, black or white, young culture or not. Listen, you know, I don't know if y'all want to call Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson could have performed at the stadium and everything if he was alive. Like, there's certain people, like, when you have that catalog, you can just do what you want. It's more about catalog, not necessarily about hip-hop or nothing. Because I believe Jay-Z could go on a tour now, just performing 3 albums. He could go on, I believe, a 30-city run. If he says, I'm going to perform, right? Reasonable Doubt, Blueprint, and I don't know, let's just go and watch the Throne. Or I would say Black Album. If he said those 3 albums, and I'm going on a 30-city tour, I think he sells out all of them. Legendary catalog. Oh man, it's legendary shit. So, I think when people try to compare them,
yeah, boy, I'm outie. I'm outie. That was dope. That was dope. Ah, that's just too short. That was dope, though. The way I just hit him with that.
But it's not necessary. And by the way, when Drake retired, Drake gonna be able to do, bro, he gonna be in Vegas like every day performing I Got My Eyes on You. Like, he's gonna be in there singing them Ratchet Happy Birthday, all that. So it's not necessarily that. It's all about how big the songs are. But let me keep playing. Okay, big difference too. Doing it forever.
Nice.
We showed
A lot of rappers are trying to start careers at 40 these days. They're not legendary. Like, there's not no fucking. I mean, sometimes it happens in the country genre, but like, for most of these people, like, they all got their fame when they were reasonably young and, you know, they became legends. There's a lot of rappers, and I think it started with 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz was like, but Kanye about to be 50, but Kanye's a legend. See, that's the thing. Like, no disrespect to these guys, but like, I think Jim Jones is a legend as a part of the Diplomats. Dipset. By himself, I don't think Jim Jones is a legend. And I hope that's not disrespectful. I'm literally just only talking about music. Mano, I don't think is a legend. By the way, I'm glad that they're putting out music, but I'm trying to just compare to the points you're trying to say. So when both of them say, right, or actually, well, Jim Jones, he just look like he on the phone. Well, when Mano says, or I don't even know, wow. There's a lot of rappers who are now doing new and different things and are still trying to achieve their peak.
Oh my god.
Hey, Alexa, light off. Hey, Alexa, light on. What the fuck?
Correct.
911, please state your emergency.
I don't think so. No. Yeah? Say that again? Oh, okay.
Hey, Alexa, light
OS
off.
verified your location. Police are on their way.
What's up, sweetie? What's up, sweetie? No, why? Damn, you hot already? I don't know what you should do right now. You good though? You good? What's wrong, baby?
I just needed a nap.
You sure?
I was tired.
You sure that's all you need, baby? You sure you okay?
Yeah.
You've been drinking water. I haven't seen you
I've been
drink.
trying to drink water, honestly. I don't know what.
You take a sip and then you like juice, soda, Red Bull.
No, like flavor. Like that's why I got those little just water flavoring things.
You're addicted to sugar, bro.
That aren't crazy. No, that's not true. I used to drink gallons of water like literally
Yeah.
a week ago.
Yeah.
I just can't right now. I don't know what it is, but it's tasting so nasty. Like, I'll try to drink it and I'll literally feel like I'm gonna vomit.
Nice.
It's supposed to help like tone the sides too.
That's strange.
Workout stuff?
With this?
Yeah.
No, the rest of this is a bunch of coworkers. Give this one lady a gift. I'm just the one that was chosen to get it. Well, I said that I would because I know that if I'm in charge of it, it's gonna get done right
I didn't
all
hear
the
that.
time. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think so. Okay. Right. Well, wait.
We are seeing a lot of new rappers who are older who
La
are
la 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 la. I'm playing Watch Dogs 2. It's on sale for $11. You wanna play? Huh? You gonna get it? Okay. Yeah.
If you was 20,
I feel like there was something else we just got though. I feel like there was something else we had just got. Oh, Crackdown.
Oops, my bad.
Crackdown, baby. Oh my god. Man, this nigga Bounce, bro, literally been gone all fucking day. Yes, bro. And this nigga told me like, "Oh man, I just need to wake up. Oh man, just a few minutes. Oh man." I'm like, "Okay, bro. All right." Yeah. This is why I settled on not waiting for motherfuckers and just play. Just enjoy myself. Shit's fucking crazy.
now again, they're not legendary. Like there's that. It's all about how big the song is. But let me keep playing.
Stadiums, merch, everything. What is we coming to a place now? We getting to a place closer in hip hop, where as though we gonna be able to do it forever, just like everybody else do it forever.
We're getting there. Okay, big difference too. Doing it forever. Doing it forever. A lot of rappers are trying to start careers at 40 these days. They're not legendary. Like there's not no fucking. I mean, sometimes it happens in the country genre, but like most of these people, like they all got their fame when they were reasonably young, and you know they became legends. There's a lot of rappers, and I think it started with 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz was like 38, but Kanye about to be 50. But Kanye's a legend. Himself, I don't think Jim Jones is a legend.
What?
And I hope that's not disrespectful. I'm literally just only talking about music. Mano, I don't think is a legend. By the way, I'm glad that they're putting out music, but I'm trying to just compare to the points you're trying to say. So when both of them say, or actually, well, Jim Jones, he's on the phone. When Mano says, or I don't even know. there's a lot of rappers who are now doing new and different things and are still trying to achieve their peak in their 40s. I do think that's a thing, and I think that could happen. Don't get me wrong. So let me keep going.
The issue is that coach was very young. 20 years ago.
That is true.
But you ain't have 30-year-old rappers.
I remember the game saying that. Remember Game dissing Jay-Z saying, "Yeah, you 37 is still rapping." How old is the game right now? At the game, he's probably like 40. Actually, he's definitely 40. The game was born in 1979. This episode's been brought to you by Don Julio Tequila. Don Julio Gonzalez didn't just farm agave. He worshipped them. He harvested each agave individually, plant by plant, only handpicked.
Miles on United.
Because the coach is still rapping. How old is the game right now? At the game, he's probably like 40. Actually, he's definitely 40. The game was born in 1979. This episode's been brought to you by Don Julio Tequila. Don Julio Gonzalez didn't just farm agave. He worshipped it. New York, New York.
Because the culture itself wasn't old enough. Nowadays, you got 40-plus-year-old fans, right? So you got to think the average fan that was Jay-Z, Life and Death, in my lifetime, right? 98, 99. They was 20-something years old, they in their 40s now. They didn't stop becoming fans. So
Did you get that? Huh?
Gets,
I.
then it gives artists opportunity to come in the game. Sometimes, you got artists coming in the game in their 30s now.
Shout out to Brazil.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
Because
sir, Brazil.
back in the
Buffalo.
G,
So that conversation is changing.
I definitely agree with that. Salute to Mano. However, not just like hip hop. What I will say though, I think what's missing here, I'm not talking about these guys in particular, I'm just talking about generally. We are seeing a lot of new rappers who are older who are rapping, and I think that's cool. Because here's the thing, the newness factor is always a thing when it comes to hip hop. I think one of the things that is preventing hip hop from going to another level is that people are still, they're pointing out, well.
Squad, there's something wrong with our controls.
Wow, these niggas.
If you was 20, and you, I'll use Jay-Z as an example because he's the anti-example.
Damn it! I'm taking cover.
Jay-Z started rapping about some ignorant drug dealing shit, even though actually really wasn't ignorant. He was really like ahead of his time. Like he was rapping like pretty smart, but still like say any rapper. Like I'll use 50. 50's actually example. 50 was rapping about some ignorant street shit. He's on the corner, blah blah blah. And the end of like I wouldn't say the end of his career, but like one thing with 50, and I think that's why his music career kind of fizzled out. Now some people be like, no, it's because like yo, you know, people don't respect the older rapper. 50 can still perform his classics. You can still go on an arena tour with his classics. But for new music, nobody wants the same content from a nigga when he was 20-something as he is 40-something. Hip hop's content, when as an artist has grown, hasn't evolved. Niggas is still talking about being on the corner. Now, again, don't get this confused. 50 can still go on a tour from his classic shit, but people are gonna gravitate, if he's dropping new shit saying the same shit, people are gonna gravitate to the newer artist who seems to be more congruent with their lifestyle. Like for example, they see Young Boy actually out there toting the choppers, he actually is in the streets, he's actually doing this shit, people see the headlines left and right, they're like, oh, he's actually in that phase of his life. 50, if he drops a song talking about like he's toting the chopper this and third, we know that he's producing power. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't hit as hard, and I'm just going off of what the consumer normally sees when they hear older rappers not evolving content. Now, if you're a new rapper that's older, I think people will rock with it. I don't think they mind as much. But if you're a seasoned rapper and you still rapping the same content, people get desensitized to the newer content, and they only fuck with the older shit. But the legendary catalogs, like Eminem could go on a tour, anywhere he wants to. Shit, I think Dr. Dre could go on some crazy tour.
A patrol car
Dr. Dre and friends?
after the suspect.
Arena tour, if you ask me. Shit, don't we see? Did he do it every now and then? Drake could do it. When Drake retired, he'd be able to do it. Shit, I think Wayne could do it now. You know, Wayne is still pretty active. So I do think the age is widening, but what I will say is that, like, for example, the difference with the Griselda dudes is that they're kind of still pretty much new to the mainstream. They didn't pop off 10 years ago with this style of rap, and they still have the same buzz and notoriety with the same type of, you know, content evolving. Like, hip-hop just has to, the longer you're in it, you just gotta evolve, and I think a lot of people don't. That's the point I was trying to make. And I hope, you know, somebody's gonna clickbait that, because everybody hates when I speak about rap that is, you know, a little bit older. Like, oh my God, he's hating on. No, not hating on anything. I'm just keeping it 100, okay? At least from my perspective. And I'm down to sit with anybody, even Jim Jones and Mano, to have a conversation, even though I hope our conversation would be about that and you actually about the Anyway, I didn't want to get to my burnt out of the week. And this is kind of unfortunate I gotta do this because, you know, me and this guy, I really liked this guy when he first came out. Blueface. I still like him. And I really don't know where it went wrong, but like, I get to realize one important thing, and maybe I did mess up, I don't know. So I'll talk to you guys, I use you guys in my down. Let me say, don't get into the names. One of the things I'm gonna tell y'all, and we're gonna get into this, is that despite who you think is good for somebody, you always have to respect a man's. And that's why I have one criteria about people who are around me. I feel any man is weak if you deny your woman when you have no feelings. You know some of your boys act like they're too cute. I'm the type of dude I'm gonna be like, yo, that's your girl? There was one of my guys, right? He used to like a girl so much. They could talk about her. Now I asked him, do you like her? And for whatever reason, I don't know, this felt like some high school shit. Didn't want to tell
That's
me
crazy,
like
bro.
Didn't want to tell you, he was like, nah, she's just cool. I'm like, yo, is your shorty like you fucking with her? Like, nah, you can holler at her. Now, I knew he liked her. I asked him about 40 times. But he was always downplaying it, dismissing her, just trying to look cool in front of the boys. And I had to teach him a lesson. And I didn't do no foul or grimy shit, but like, one day I told him, I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm like, yo, remember so-and-so? He's like, oh, bro, chill, like, I think you brought up like, yo, bro, that's not my girl. I was like, no, I know that's not your girl. Yeah, I know that's not your girl, because I piped her out. And the look on his face dropped. And I just looked at him, I said, bro, you gotta just stop the cabin, bro. Like, if you don't get cool points by lying to your boys about your girl. And I say all that to say, you see, when a guy has a girl he cares about, he acts a little bit different, and she holds a place in his life that you as a friend, you know, number one, there shouldn't be any competition with that, but also you have to respect it. And respecting her means respecting him. Now, I'm giving Blueface burnt out of the week, but I understand what I believe to be happening in this situation, which I am going to side partially with Blueface. Let me first tell you why I'm giving him burnt out of the week. So, let's see if we go.
Take the shipment.
Why did this? Hold on. Alright, so I'm on my Instagram page here. I don't even think I posted. I just stayed away from it, bro. I stayed away from it. Me and Blueface kind of got into it, and he sent me a message, and I could tell now that he kind of, that's his girlfriend. He said at first, I was thinking, nah, that ain't your girl. That's his girlfriend. He loves her. And that's one thing I'll say to Blueface. Bro, that's your queen. That's your Beyonce. Own it. and also claim her, brother, because people will treat her like she's a hoe if you don't treat her or claim her to people like she's your queen. So you're gonna have a problematic household when I mean she's your queen, listen, being in a relationship is allowing someone to be able to manipulate or have some access to control your emotions too. What I mean by that is this: if you're in a relationship with a girl, if she's upset, your mood is altered. You're not in a real relationship if your girl is upset and you're a bottom. It usually is symbiotic, right? Anyway, this is Blueface's mom that's on the screen, okay? And her mom apparently got beat up. She has 2 black eyes, and she put this on the caption. She says, "All I know, my son will never bring that person around family ever again in life, and that matters, okay?" To carry on, she said, "Neither will the police or the judge at the end." And basically, I'll give you the summation of what supposedly happened. Blueface's mother and his sister got beat up by Blueface's girl, and Blueface's sister's husband got like knocked out or something like that by like Blueface. Okay? Now after that was done, the sister said this. Is this the sister? No, this is the mom again. Mom again says this: "Blueface, I'll never forgive you for what you did to your sister and your sister's husband. Never in life. I pray God has mercy on your soul." Okay? Then you see the mom says, "Jonathan, you need help, and if I have enabled you anyway, I would ask God for forgiveness. You brought that trash bag and her dog where I laid my head and paid rent through helping you build your business, and I asked you more than 10 times to get it out of my face, and you sick that girl on me like a vicious dog. I never believed them about you. Now I see now you're the living devil I got pregnant with after that abortion. You haven't paid me ever since September for working in that restaurant, and my husband put his own money into it, but I'll see you in court. Now post the beginning where you punch your sister, blah blah blah." Okay, wow. Okay, this is getting deep. Now, first of all, let me say this. I don't get too much into their family business, but I'm gonna extrapolate in a second. So Blueface's mom lives in a house paid for by Blueface, right? Blueface also has a business that his mom works at. Now, I guess, of course he's supposed to pay his mom, but, I don't know what situation they have. Regardless, she still lives at the house that's owned by Blueface, right? So all this is going on, she still lives at his house, right? The sister says, "Got jumped by 7 dudes, including my brother, then Rock, which is Blueface's girlfriend, ran up. African member, and me and my husband, as you can see, I peed myself." Oh, wow. It's a third. "One thing, I don't play my mama. Saddest thing is manager paying everybody at the party." Okay. Wow, okay. Anyway, it's a lot to get to, alright? Now I'm going to be honest with you, right? This episode is brought to you by Pacifico, a crisp golden lager boost for those who follow their own path. That's living life anchors up. Head to orderpacifico.com to get yours today.
This episode is brought to you by Found. Did you know up to 70% of your body weight is predetermined by your biology? Genetics, metabolism, and even your hormones can affect weight loss. Meet Found, the first weight loss solution to address your unique biology and improve your lifestyle. With a full team of doctors, clinicians, and coaches, you'll design a personalized weight care plan around your body's needs, not against it.
This episode is brought to you by Cariuma. You need a comfortable, stylish sneaker for your next big adventure, and Cariuma's Aka is just that. It has over 15,000 5-star reviews, and it's finally back in stock after a massively long wait list. So get them before they're out of stock again. For a limited time, you can get 15% off your pair at cariuma.com/Spotify. That's CARIUMA.com/Spotify.
There's a video, I won't even show it. It shows the sister who obviously peed on herself, like getting beat up by Blueface's girlfriend. You don't really see the mom getting beat up, but you see Blueface like standing right there. And that's why I'm giving him burnt out of the week. Before I get to the other part, which is, his side, I first got to give him burnt out of the week, just because I don't care what the situation is, you never allow anybody to put their hands on you. That's a fact. And I don't care if your mom could be dead wrong. You can't allow that to happen. At the very worst, you break it up. Even if your mom tried to attack your girl, you break it up. Don't stand by and let that happen. Definitely don't stand by and let your sister also harass you. Okay? I think that's just principle. That's why I'm giving him burnt out. And I do want to be very fair. Because Blueface brought up something that, and I don't know if you guys will be able to relate. Blueface is the moneymaker. Blueface is the guy. And a lot of times, it's not only because he's the moneymaker, the guy, quote unquote. Sometimes I see people playing this game of the Special Olympics, as I call it. Who's more special?
Dispatch to squad. Be on alert. Possible hostiles.
Women do it a lot. You get me? I'll give you an example. There was a chick I was like dealing with at my very first Compass Con. I bought her. And I had a booth. We were selling merch. But everybody's there. This is in Long Beach. And I have my co-workers there from Everyday Struggle. I have other business partners there. And I have people who are working for me. And the girl, right? And the girl who is sleeping with me at the time, she started talking to everybody like she was me. And actually even worse than me. Because I don't really talk to people in a demeaning manner. She started to exercise authority that she didn't have. She would tell people like, hey, you should do this. My man is your boss. Like, she would make it be known. And she wasn't doing that, on any, behest of me. She was doing that to establish her position with other women and other people who she felt threatened by. She wanted them to know, that's my guy. My boyfriend is the guy, or I wasn't working with him. The guy who I'm fucking is the person who pays your bills, or who runs this, or who made this possible, or who's getting you access to this, or whatever the case is. And she wanted almost like respect because of that. That was weird. Because I remember checking her and saying, you shouldn't even be talking to people that's working at Everyday Struggle. You gotta know your place. Like, that's how I get paid. To finance a lot of these stuff that I got going on. You having an attitude with people who I have to go to work with because you feel entitled because you are fucking me? What's up with you? It's weird.
Sorry, pal.
But as I say that, it can work both ways. Family plays the Special Olympics. I don't know if it's ever happened to you. But tell me. DM me on Instagram. I don't know if you could, if it's maybe, you've experienced this before. You get a girl, and all of a sudden your siblings like checking that girl. Almost like belittling her to be like, yeah, you're just one of the chicks who be fucking. Like, you should respect me because you're fucking my brother. Or maybe the mom talks you a little crazy, like, you should, like, you need to know your place and respect me because that's my son. I'm not talking about just general courtesy and respect. I'm talking about stepping over the line. I'll give you an example. I always use some names. Using some thing, right? But, like, so I mentioned that was one girl at the first Compass Con. I think 2 Compass Cons. So a bunch of people, because that's when I realized Compass was not even protecting us against shit. And I got there a day before, then everybody got there the day after. I got there, my brother and the girl I was dealing with, like, just upon picking them up at the airport, I was like, I kind of tried to talk to and figure out what's going on. They got both different stories. okay, my brother says that she was disrespectful, right? My brother says that she said to him like, yo, y'all just using him for money, right? And which is wild disrespectful to say to most family member, right? Especially don't know them this out there, you don't know the situation, right? And then she says, well, he basically disrespected me, basically saying, yo, like, yo. She said she was trying to be nice, and he was like, yo, you ain't nobody, like, yo, you just one of the bitches who be fucking with, like, yo, just, like, do what I say type shit. You get me? And she felt offended. So she was like, yo, that's like Max movie on how to like speak to someone. Alright, I listened to both of them, and by the way, this is my bigger brother as well, so I listened to both sides. And there was a problem that happened. Like, my brother got so mad at me because he wanted me to force her to apologize. Now, she felt offended by him, right? She admitted that she did say those comments, but she said that he was so disrespectful to her, like, oh, he's one of the bitches. All right, whatever. So she said that's what prompted her, right? But listen, I don't care what the story is. The main point was this. Brother was mad at me saying, if you got it, if you don't make her apologize to me, you're picking this girl over your family. Now, one of the things I was trying to tell him was that, and he hasn't been in many relationships. Now, I've lived with multiple women. I said, bro, you do know that when you have a woman who also has her own feelings about the situation, my whole thing was just trying to get them to come to a medium or apologize to each other. My brother, he wanted me to make a statement to this chick that, yo, you're not family. And I was like, this is my girl. Like, she has a feeling about the situation, and I have to address it. And sometimes family can get like that, where they want you literally because you're family to offend or shit on or ostracize somebody else who, again, granted they have no allegiance to this girl, but this girl I'm living with, like I'm living with this chick. This chick lives with me. What you want me to say? Like, oh, yo, bitch, apologize to my brother or else. Also, because I try to do that, I try to talk, like, she got mad at me because she was like, damn, you really don't give a fuck about my feelings. It's all about just whatever your brother said. So I think I understand what Blueface is going through, and let me show this clip here because I think what Blueface later said is that he feels his mom tries to act like his girlfriend. And what does that mean? His mom, and I know this sounds crazy, his mom wants to almost be like the boss of the girlfriend. And if the girlfriend doesn't show that respect, the mom will violate the girlfriend. And then now the girlfriend's mad at Blue, right? And then Blue's in a very weird position. Now, Blueface put this up on Instagram. He said, yo, my mom does this with every female. And he put up this video, and he shows the mom. This was when he had this is his pregnant girlfriend from 3 years ago. So when his girlfriend was pregnant, look what this is mom standing. Look how mom does it. This episode is brought to you by Pacifico, a crisp golden lager brewed for those who follow their own path. As living life anchors up, head to orderpacifico.com to get yours today. Discover responsibly Pacifico Clara beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
This episode is brought to you by Marriott Bonvoy Travel.
That's
looking for new travel ideas? About the Journey is the podcast that takes you on a road trip where it's about more than the destination. Join host Anika Raymond, a travel journalist and a Marriott Bonvoy member, to explore iconic routes across the U.S. and beyond. You'll hear stories about the people and stops along the way, like where to join the roller skating craze in Southern California, or a Mississippi town that helped define blues music. Listen to About the Journey on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
This episode is brought to you by Found. Did you know up to 70% of your body predetermined by your biology? Genetics, metabolism, and even your hormones can affect weight loss. Meet Found, the first weight loss solution to address your unique biology and improve your lifestyle. With a full team of doctors, clinicians, and coaches, you'll design a personalized weight care plan around your body's needs, not against it. Take their health assessment to get started at joinfound.com/Spotify.
Wow. That was his mom. Walked in the door. Now, let me tell you what position Blueface is in. If you stand up to your mom, you wildin'. Your family's gonna be like, whoa, you're picking this bitch over us. Also, if you tell her like you're not church, so that's my mom, she's looking at you and losing some respect. So that's what I'm just trying to tell y'all. There is a situation where both things could be right. And both things could be true. That's why I'm giving him burned out, but I think I understand as well. And when I say I understand, I'm not understanding nobody putting their hands on his mom. But I understand what he's trying to say is the situation with his mom and his family. His family feel like they, like some people take this blood thicker than, blood is thicker than water shit, like to another level to use in terms of power. To be like, well, bitch, you ain't his wife. Like, yo, we're his family. Like, we gonna do what we want to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, my family, they were like, yo. I was like, yo, most of the places I go is with this girl. She wants to, like, apologize and squash me. They're like, no, we don't want to talk to this girl. I'm like, if she wants to. They made a situation and say, well, hey, if we're gonna be doing a family gathering, she can't come. And I'm like, well, if she's trying to apologize and stuff, it puts me in a weird position because now every time I gotta come alone or this and third, and then it makes it certain situations where if you're gonna do something with her, you can't be with your family. It's just a weird situation where it's them or us. And I've seen that's happened before, not bailing out Blueface at all, but I know this to be the case. I've seen it before. Now, this is ratchet. They're doing putting hands on each other, ratchet. Can't agree with it at all. But I do pray for all of them. Okay. Still, Blueface is burnt out of the week. By the way, since I'm being joke, I'm gonna say Joe. Joe, you gotta fix that. Your thumb is still down place on the wall. But I think this is Joey's new movie, okay? If Joe came back to the black side, you know something's up.
This episode is brought to you by Carvana. Carvana is in the business of driving you happy. When you're shopping for a car, there's nothing sweeter than landing within your budget sweet spot. That's why shopping with Carvana makes it easy to browse thousands of cars you can. Once your budget is set, that's what you get, and they won't surprise you with any bogus fees. Sweet.
See how they treat us.
Shop for a vehicle at Carvana.com or download the app. Carvana. They'll drive you happy.
Joe was giving me the tutorial. I mean, give him a indictment. I was like, it's a joke, people. Anyway, the last thing I do want to touch on, the Look at Me documentary XXXTentacion is out now. I have not watched it. I will be watching it. I did miss the advanced screening. I'm sorry, Cleo. I was around my birthday and there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to watch this and I can talk about it in the next episode of Off the Record, which probably will be coming out tomorrow. So make sure you digest this, save this on your favorites on your libraries. Thank you guys for watching another episode. Hopefully you were thoroughly entertained. If you do like watching these solo episodes, let me know. If you want me to get a guest, we about to get some guests. We'll be back in the other studio as well. Let me know what you want. Just hit me in the comment section on my Instagram post or just DM me, all right? Love you guys. I will see you guys probably tomorrow.
Grant, will you make them welcome?
Alright, guys. We're moving on from Watch Dogs.
The brands are the kind of eye candy made for YouTube. They market themselves as this like family-friendly content. They faked their own. Evacuation.
Come on, Maddie.
Thousand of their once committed subscribers over a span of just a few days. That's what I hope to uncover today in documenting the history of YouTube's most spotless power couple, Cole and Savannah LeBrant.
If you guys think our relationship is cute on camera and pictures, you see it off. You see it off camera. Because that's where our relationship grows and flourishes and is abounding.
But first, I want to give a big thanks to our sponsor, Albert. Albert is a financial app offering automatic saving tools, cash accounts, cashback rewards, and so much more. Being completely different than any bank account you've ever had, Albert is completely free to sign up and super easy to use. They help you save automatically. Instead of opening a traditional savings account and hoping you remember to put money into it, Albert takes a look at your expenses and income and analyzes what money you can afford to save, automatically moving money into your savings account, sometimes just as little as a few dollars at a time. Along with getting 5 to 20% cash back at places like McDonald's and Walmart, Albert can you up to $250 instantly whenever you need it, which you'll be able to pay back with no interest. With Albert's team of financial experts and geniuses, we'll take a look at your situation and help you plan if you get stuck. Click in the description box or go to albert.com/jobbery to download the Albert app today. For a limited time, when you open a checking account and connect a qualifying direct deposit, you'll get $150, but only when you go to albert.com/jobbery or click the link in the description. Huge thanks again to the wonderful people at Albert for sponsoring this video.
Alright. So now we talk to the camera as if the camera's like the people that are watching this. People watch this. People are gonna watch this for YouTube. So you gotta guess. Hey guys! What's up? Welcome back.
My little sister used to watch the LeBrants a lot. They were never for me, but I understood the appeal. Cole and Savannah initially struck me as any other well-meaning Christian couple, putting the spotlight on their 3 young children, which made them some of the biggest family vloggers on YouTube. Their channel sitting at about 13 million subscribers today, with over 4.5 billion total views across 574 videos. But I don't want to focus so much on the kids as I do the adults, who finally managed to push a longtime subscriber like my sister away after years of unrelenting support. But for that, we'll have to go all the way back to the beginning. Born in Troy, Alabama on August 21st, 1996, Cole LeBrant was raised by his parents alongside one sister and 4 brothers in a very devout Christian household, where he adopted a readiness to preach the good word of the Lord, one day using his massive following in the 8 figures to do just that.
You're not happy, and you can be a homeless person much happier than the richest person alive because you have an eternal happiness as opposed to a temporary happiness.
Though contrary to what we see today, Cole's initial brush with internet fame had nothing to do with faith, or even his family. The way he first blew up was making shirtless thirst traps with 2 other dudes.
How many of you here know what we're talking about when we're talking about them white boys? Yes, I'm pretty sure that's what a hashtag for Jesus is. Yeah.
Formed in 2014 by Cole LeBrant, Baylor Barnes, and John Stephen Jones, a trio of high school heartthrobs by the name of Dim White Boys became one of the biggest accidental violent sensations practically ever known. Following a twerking contest put on by Alabama user DeLon Richardson, the 3 decided to make a few joke dance videos for trying to push them from 0 to 10,000 followers, eventually pulling as much as 50K a day as they made vines, achieving a mainstream popularity and breaking 4 million followers in their Dim White Boys, killing off merch, fan beat-ups, and national performances put on in front of thousands of attendees. All coming to see this.
Yeah! Yeah!
According According to John, we were in Atlanta and we were up on a block wall that was like a stage. There were about 2,000 girls there and they were all screaming and jumping around. We decided to go out in the crowd and they started grabbing us and pulling on us. It was almost scary. But unfortunately, Dim White Boys kind of disbanded after the three men relocated to various universities in 2015. After all, they couldn't keep dancing around in drag or racially insensitive costumes forever.
Tyrone, you know this your baby.
Father?
That baby don't look like me. That baby don't look.
They were getting older, and finally, Cole made the mature decision to branch out on his own, going on the Amazing Race with his mom and launching a YouTube channel which he used to ask his celebrity crush to prom.
It is a viral video made right here in Alabama. It's his first time posting a video to YouTube. And the Enterprise Senior is hoping it will all pay off.
According to him, he fell in love with her heart for the Lord. As written by one journalist at the time, with almost 200,000 views in only a few days, we have a feeling those are just going to keep growing. Hopefully to the point where Miss Gomez herself notices and says, "Sure, I'll make time in my crazy busy schedule to go with you," which it didn't really happen. Nothing but radio silence, other than a few bizarre photoshops made by either a fan or Cole himself. I'm really not sure. It's clear now Selena could have started a booming family vlog channel with the man of her dreams, but didn't. So allow me to introduce you to the lucky woman who did.
Hey, baby.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Hey, let's do this. Hey, wife. Hey, husband.
Savannah Sudis was born on March 2nd, 1993 in Orange County, California. Raised alongside her sister Chantel, an R&B artist, Savannah began dancing at the age of 2 and worked modeling jobs throughout her teen years before getting into photography, having her first child, Everly, at 19 years old. As it should be noted, Everly's biological dad actually isn't Cole, but another man named Tommy Smith, who still seems relatively active in his daughter's life today.
Everly, I was in a very bad relationship with her and her dad got pregnant. It was in my past, and it was just kind of always fighting, always crazy, breaking up every 2 months, getting back together. It was just like a very, very toxic relationship.
Saf has since revealed her rocky history with Tom, that he wasn't faithful and cheated on her multiple times throughout their relationship, even while she was pregnant. Not choosing the right guy, and also just being cheated on by my boyfriend, I think it helped me understand how hurt my mom was when she got cheated, as she told People magazine. Being a young single mother, Sav began to post her and her 3-year-old daughter to Musical.ly, in the form of your typical dance and lip sync videos, nothing inherently harmful, beating out Jacob Sartorius for Muser of the Year in 2016, which is kind of funny. In fact, Musical.ly is actually where Cole first reached out to his wife to be, and although she didn't acknowledge him then, the two would officially meet at the Grove in Los Angeles.
Even now, after all these years, I still wait. Come on already. Stretch those red strings out to me, and finish this. The world is out of time. You need to kill me if there's going to be anything left worth saving.
The virtual brain link cable will now be connected. This will hurt much more than it did in training. Be strong.
Systems all green. Beginning SAS cable connection.
okay. We can do this. So this is the pain of SAS. This is fine. I can handle it.
Good. Seems like you're okay. This aptitude test will determine your platoon assignment. Do your best.
Yes, sir.
Kasane Randall. Identity confirmed. The other suppression force aptitude test will now begin. Exterminate all others. This test will decide my assignment. I hope I'm in the same platoon as Naomi. Thinking about it now won't do me any good. I have to focus. I should be able to complete the assignment as long as I'm calm. I can annihilate the other with my psychokinesis. Naomi even complimented me on how well it was suited for combat.
Next.
Go, man.
It's done. Next.
Damn, these pants are really killing me.
I wonder if Naomi is doing okay. I'm sure she is. She's one of the best.
It's done. Next. It's done.
It seems like the exam has entered the final stage. I feel like I'm in good form, but I can't relax just yet.
It's done. Next.
No matter what I face, I just need to apply everything I've learned from my training. I can win.
I can still fight. Damn. Next.
Mission successful. This concludes the aptitude test.
Okay, that ends your training. You're an official member of the OSF from tomorrow. Cadets now have 24 hours of free time until then. Make sure to get some rest before your duties tomorrow.
Understood.
Kasane, so how was the test?
Pretty easy as usual. How about you?
I was able to handle an actual SAS connection thanks to your advice.
You have a lot of potential. You should be more confident.
I'm just glad you were so calm. You said that you had that dream again.
The dream about red strings.
You've been having that dream since you were little.
Yes.
Don't take your hands off the red string.
I wonder if it has something to do with your power.
I don't think it does from what I saw of the OSF's analysis of my power. Worrying about things we don't understand won't change anything. I'm more worried about you. I hope they put us in the same unit.
Yeah, me too. I bet we'll find out soon, though. People tend to misunderstand you, so I'd be worried if I weren't around to look after you.
Look who's talking. You're so clumsy, I have to stick around to protect you from yourself.
That's so mean.
Hey, aren't we going to Sumeragi Tomb after this?
Oh yeah! They're doing a collaboration with Baki right now. You get a keychain with every fortune. I can't wait.
You really like Baki, don't you?
Of course I do. He's so cute. Come on, let's go.
Of the year in 2016, where staff began to post her and her 3-year-old daughter to music in the form of your typical dance videos. But I don't want to focus so much on the kids as I do the adults, who finally managed to push a longtime subscriber like my sister away after years of unrelenting support. So for that, we'll have to go all the way back to the beginning. Born in Troy, Alabama on August 21st, 1996, Cole LeBrant was raised by his parents alongside one sister and 4 brothers in a very devout Christian household, where he adopted a readiness to preach the good word of the Lord, one day using his massive following in the 8 figures to do just that.
You're not happy, and you can be a homeless person much happier than the richest person alive because you have an eternal happiness as opposed to a temporary happiness.
Though contrary to what we see today, Cole's initial brush with internet fame had nothing to do with faith or even his family. The way he first blew up was making shirtless thirst traps with 2 other dudes.
How many of you here know what we're talking about when we're talking about them white boys?
YouTube.
Hey, babe. Dad, actually... daughter, Sav began to post videos. But I don't something around. Erased with this
To YouTube.
the time, with almost 200,000 views in only a few days, other than a few bizarre things, but it didn't. So Savannah Sudis was born on March 2nd, 1993 in Orange County, California. Raised alongside her sister Chantel, an R&B artist, Savannah began dancing at the age of 2 and worked modeling jobs throughout her teen years before getting into photography, having her first child, Everly, at 19 years old. As it should be noted, Everly's biological dad actually isn't Cole, but another man named Tommy Smith, who still seems relatively active in his daughter's life today.
We don't have to worry about anyone listening in, and we can hear even if it's noisy. It's nice.
You're right. I even talk to myself in brain talk sometimes. Don't laugh if you hear me, okay?
Sav has since revealed her rocky history with Tom, that he wasn't faithful and cheated on her multiple times throughout their relationship, even while she was pregnant. Not choosing the right guy, and also just being cheated on by my boyfriend, I think it helped me understand how hurt my mom was when she got cheated on, as she told People magazine. Being a young single mother, Sav began to post her and her 3-year-old daughter to Musical.ly in the form of your
Scarlet Nexus
videos, nothing inherently harmful. Beating out Jacob Sartorius for Muser of the Year in 2016, which is kind of fun. In fact, Musical.ly
shit's
is
dope.
actually
Look at
where
this.
Cole first reached out to his wife.
It's like an anime.
And although she didn't acknowledge it then, the two would officially meet at the Grove in Los Angeles.
They have an anime that goes along with this game too.
Began dating. Cole making the return to his old channel by
What's
introducing
up?
his new girlfriend and her daughter in a series of vlogs they'd shoot semi-regularly while maintaining a long-distance relationship.
Okay, so I'm back, middle of the summer, and I got really busy because I met a girlfriend.
With Cole finally popping the question in early 2017.
She said yes. We're married.
Now this little occasionally get views on their own, but that was rare. It definitely helps to have their 4-year-old daughter draw big numbers on a consistent basis. I mean, a video of her tooth falling out hit 46 million views. A trip with Everly to the water park.
What?
5 million views. Another water park video cracked 50
Uh.
million views. And their most watched video to date at over 100 million views is of Cole and Everly lip sync.
What did you want to play?
It's obvious to me Cole and Sav figured out a formula for easy popularity, which turned into a massive paycheck. Putting the spotlight on the kids they featured, the couple cemented a place among the most watched channels on YouTube. We do not use our children.
Okay, just give me like 20 minutes maybe, and then I'll be ready.
3 of their kids have Instagrams, even the one they can't talk yet, with their combined followers totaling out to over 7 million, not counting Sav, Cole, or even the dog. How do you willingly give a social media presence to your baby who can't even open their eyes and still claim it's the worst part of what you do? You don't have to do it. I love not using my kids for fame by titling my videos, "Where on earth did this 4-year-old learn that?" 4-year-old performing dance routine? Surprising our 4-year-old with a trip to the water park? 4-year-old to the largest indoor water slide. 4-year-old does Sour's Gummy Challenge. Now the 4-year-old daughter. I'm sorry, how old is she again? I forgot. Now, by this point, it's pretty clear what they're doing. And of course, none of this really seems geared towards any audience outside of young children. I'm not really sure what kind of normal person over the age of 12 could take away from something like this.
Super excited, and I can't. What the heck? Evan, what are you doing here? You guys kind of look like. You guys look like us. You guys look like us. We didn't plan for this to happen. The only way you guys can go on a Valentine's Day date is if you're double dating with us.
These videos videos have always been marketed towards the absolute youngest demographic YouTube allows, with Everly being treated as more of a prop than a human being, filming nearly every waking moment of her life, from doctor visits to dance recitals to shoving a camera in her face when Sav had to go on a business trip. None of this needs to be on YouTube. I shouldn't even be aware of any of this. But when your income solely depends on publicizing the very personal moments of your child's upbringing, I guess anything goes. I mean, just a few months ago, Sav made the controversial announcement they wanted to pull Everly out of school to help her in the house with the new baby, because an extra set of hands could really help, even if they're 9 years old.
Nice, just with another baby coming too, like she just looks
No.
like having an extra pair of hands.
That's your extra pair of hands right there. That's your extra pair of hands. You literally are married to a person with an extra pair of hands, which is his role. Okay, you guys are parents. That's literally what you're supposed to do.
I remember those moments just being so terrifying, just like what the future would look like.
And now I get to use my kids to become millionaires and to exploit their labor.
Yeah.
Now I
Literally.
exploit my kids' labor for money.
Literally doing that.
Turned out such a good call.
The LeBrants are hardly the first couple to be criticized for the online exploitation of children, but it's titles like these that give them such a reputation. Would we be sitting here talking about the LeBrants if they were just normal and didn't make videos introducing their infant daughter to a husband?
You just gotta make sure that Cozy's careful because he is so small. She wants some. She's like, come here.
Or it'd be so tone deaf as to record and upload a video of Cole's black adopted cousin Peanuts being used as a step stool. This one got taken down pretty fast after Cole realized the optics, but not before being lambasted all over Twitter. One user writing, "The dehumanization of black people still exists in many forms today. The video you showed isn't cute to us. It's not cute for a black boy to be a stool." You know, I wonder who this person is. Oh, her dad is Martin Luther King Jr. The family never responded or made any additional comment besides blocking a reporter on Twitter. And even with this video being posted out of ignorance, it still wasn't the best look for a family that just got out of another controversy about a month prior, when they filmed their daughter crying after a pretty harsh prank.
You okay? Come here. What's the matter?
On April Fool's 2019, the LeBrant fam posted a video to their 8 million subscribers titled, "We Have to Give Our Puppy Away, Saying Goodbye Forever," which was viewed 1.5 million times before being taken down upon backlash. Despite starting off like any normal vlog, around the 7-minute mark, the camera cuts to Everly face down on the couch while Cole shoves a camera in her face and asks if there's any sad news she wants to tell the vlog, before Sav comes in to reveal they were giving their dog Carl away because he poops too much and needs to be taken outside too often.
You want to tell the vlog yet? You want to tell the vlog? No? You want your mom with you? Carl, come here. Carl, come here.
They tell Everly she can give him away to whoever she wants, and when they ask if she'll miss him, she nods since she's too busy crying to actually talk. Now, you'd assume any normal parent may see this reaction and think, oh, we went too far here. Let's call it off and not upload the video. Only we aren't dealing with normal parents, are we? We're talking about Cole and Sav, who instead decided there was nothing wrong with filming all of this, editing it down and posting it to their avid fans before adding an emotional title and thumbnail. The worst part may be that this wasn't even filmed on April 1st. According to BuzzFeed, this all happened on March 31st. So what kid is gonna immediately think this is a prank? If you're 6 and your parents tell you we're giving the dog away, you believe them. At that age, you'll believe anything they say. They're your parents. You innately put your trust into them. And there's just some added layer of weirdness on top of the prank itself. And you realize this was all monetized and publicized, reported in the news shortly after. You can't blame people for talking about it. It happened. But just imagine a video of you crying as a 6-year-old, being discussed by strangers, journalists on the internet, all because your parents thought it'd be a funny and profitable little joke. She even keeps crying after they reveal it's a prank, naturally sparking outrage and pushing the LeBrants into making an apology. A pretty forced one, I should add.
Gotta hold the camera, start filming, because I don't know if she's like trying to trip us, like fake crying or something. Yeah. And as you can see, I'm kind of like asking her what's wrong, what's wrong. And she comes up, she's really crying. And so this is why I think that we were in the wrong. We just kind of rolled. She was seriously.
She thought we were serious.
Yeah, she was for real.
I don't want to spend too much time on this because to me it's not the most compelling statements. They do try and recontextualize the events leading up to what we saw by saying they had been pranking each other all day. Everly knew they'd be doing an April Fool's video at some point, but overheard her parents discussing giving the dog away for a video and thought it was real. That's when they whipped out the camera in hopes of capturing some fresh content, defending it by saying it was funny at the time.
It was real. And we honestly thought it was a little funny.
I just can't imagine they would have taken this down if people hadn't been upset. And I also don't see how you're pranking your audience when you only end up pranking your kid. But the fact remains that this wasn't the first time their perfect family facade was shattered in front of the masses, as evident by the time they were exposed by their entire neighborhood.
This is what the firefight looks like overnight in the hills outside Los Angeles.
As deadly fires explode across the state, the death toll climbing again overnight, and the threat isn't over yet.
Throughout 2018, a series of devastating wildfires rocked Northern California in some of the deadliest and most destructive fires the state had ever seen, causing 103 fatalities and destroying over 24,000 structures, leaving almost 2 million acres of land completely charred, a whole 2% of California's total acreage, racking up tens of billions in property damage along the way. It's important not to downplay the nature of this wildfire season, as its effects are still felt today by those who had their homes and workplaces ripped away in an instant. A senseless and unfortunate tragedy that the LeBrant fans set out to take advantage of.
Pray for everything going on out here in California. There's always wildfires going on, but I believe that this is the biggest one to ever happen in California history. I saw that on the Sun News sites. We didn't realize how crazy the fire really got.
On August 13th, 2018, Nicole and Savannah uploaded what was originally titled "A Giant Fire Makes Us Evacuate Our House," with this thumbnail depicting the family on the run from a giant fire off in the distance, which is a slight exaggeration of what happened.
And we just got an evacuation thing. I have this backpack on that has like our laptop, a camera, and essentials in it because you might not be able to come home tonight. So we're all packed up, going to PlayStation for Fortnite. So we got our necessities in these 2 tiny bags. Everything that we don't want to get burned down is all right here.
In the video, Cole and Seth start by telling the vlog about the wildfires and that they may need to evacuate in order to stay safe. After claiming he just got an evacuation thing on his phone, Cole loads his family into the car and proceeds along the interstate to escape the fires, stopping for ice cream along the way and really making a day out of it. I thought this was supposed to be about a wildfire. Only, come to find out, their neighborhood in Ladera Ranch was never under an evacuation notice at all, unlike what they claimed. And that's not me saying that. That's coming from the National Wildfire Coordinating Group. Not to mention the countless testimonies from fellow neighbors living in Ladera Ranch who took offense to the way Cole and Saf played up their circumstances for YouTube.
And I just think it's really sad that they would exploit a situation that's as serious as a fire, that so many people were evacuated from, just so that they could get more likes or more hits.
It is a really scary thing, and if it was something used for social media, that I guess that's something that is a little messed up.
See the thumbnail with them looking scared?
Wow. Yeah, that is just, that was never even, we were never even near that.
They never issued a full apology or reached out to the news for comment, though they did temporarily privatize the video, rename it, and change the thumbnail to a random frame. They basically used a natural disaster as an excuse to take a family trip down to San Francisco, which they could have just done without the clickbait.
I have friends who were evacuated in a very scary situation, so, you know, kind of making light of that, I don't think was proper, just to make a buck.
But one thing is for sure, this wouldn't be the last time they clickbaited circumstances they've never actually had to experience themselves.
They posted multiple videos with tons of clickbait titles like, "We're having
twins, they were not having twins. And most disgustingly, they would clickbait that things were wrong with their pregnancy.
By 2021, the LeBrants had vlogged and monetized the birth of 2 more children, who have both been raised into this lifestyle, not knowing anything besides the cruel lens of a camera, poking around every significant moment of their lives thus far. But that's besides the point. The problem I have isn't the vlogging itself, it's what they choose to show and how they do it. On August 18th, the couple sparked outrage yet again with a 43-minute video titled "She Got Diagnosed with Cancer" documentary. Now, anyone who clicks on this video would naturally assume one of their kids in the thumbnail got diagnosed with cancer, when in actuality, they didn't. Instead, we get Cole detailing a time where he thought his daughter had cancer, only to find out she didn't, contrary to what the title just told us.
Cancer is not something to clickbait. You just don't do it. There's some unwritten you want to clickbait, hey, Everly, went to the moon in space, and you clickbait, you got her a cardboard space, cardboard rocket, and she didn't go to the moon. Different than clickbaiting cancer, okay? That's why people are upset with you, Cole and Sav. That's why people are upset. You clickbaited cancer and diminished everybody else who has gone through this, profiting off of a clickbait title, and you are, and they really are.
As recapped by one article, this mega popular and hyper-religious influencer couple took their child to the hospital for bruising and sauntered out of the pediatric wing with a clean bill of health and $1 million video. But what this article doesn't mention is that the LeBrants actually set this video as a premiere ahead of time, which means this thumbnail and title combination were up on their channel for hours before the video could even be watched, with a live chat for subscribers to perpetuate further speculation on who had cancer, what was going on. Just a really cheap and intentionally malicious way to get people talking before it went up. The video features the couple going around and talking to parents who have had children diagnosed with cancer, hoping to spread awareness to those uninformed and to uplift anyone going through something similar, which is a good thing to do, but to me, those good intentions are almost entirely negated by the way they marketed the video, by misleading their diehard fans into thinking one of their own children had cancer. They've been on YouTube long enough to know exactly what they were doing, and Cole's apology really didn't change much in the minds of critics, because although many could agree with the message and get behind an aim to raise awareness for something virtually everyone has some kind of connection to, you don't do it by clickbaiting your daughter's health. There were even a few articles published speculating on whether or not Posey actually had cancer.
I don't want any of this hate, I don't want any of these lies about our family or this video to distract from the main idea of what this video is trying to do.
I'm all for spreading awareness and talking with those inflicted with cancer. It's affected my family a lot over the years, but this is hardly a sensible way to go about doing it. A completely ignorant and silly way to address such a serious topic. But unfortunately, they weren't about to stop there.
The reason I'm shouting them out is because over the weekend they took a break from exploiting their children's lives for monetary gain so they could put out what they refer to as a documentary about abortion, where in the first 3 minutes they compare abortion to genocides, including the fucking Holocaust. You know how you do when the average age of your audience is what, probably 10 years old? So, congrats on doing something more disgusting than clickbaiting your daughter potentially having cancer for views. Disturbing weirdos.
Before we get into the most recent debacle, I want to give a brief content warning since we will be touching on politics, religion, and various perspectives on abortion. That's right, we're going there today. The LeBrants are Christian conservatives. They've never hid from this. In fact, their spiritual and political leanings have both been a point of contention as recently as when they attended numerous maskless events during the pandemic, or as far back in 2016, when Savannah proclaimed her support of Trump even after the infamous bus tape was leaked, calling Hillary Clinton a baby murderer for holding pro-choice values.